And we're live. Welcome, guys, back to Taking20 Presents. We are still on our campaign here for Storm King's Thunder, and it appears as though this evening might just be our finale. So, welcome to the finale of the campaign. Thanks for hanging out with us. As always, we have our four brave adventurers with us. We have Philip playing our human valor bard Cesare.
Oi, oi.
We have Brandon playing Bran, our half-orc Totem of the Bear Barbarian.
Hello.
Daniel is playing Rivermeyer, our Elvish Rogue Assassin.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we have Chris playing our beloved, smelly, Circle of the Land Druid Dwarf, Malachi.
I think you finally got all the pieces of my name and class and race correct this time, Cody.
It's
Just in time.
It's only the last one of the whole campaign. So if you guys are watching later on YouTube, I will probably be breaking this video down into part 1 and part 2. So that's probably something to keep in mind. But if you guys are here on Twitch, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Let's get into it. So last week, guys, some stuff happened. Lots of crazy stuff happened. So basically, you guys finally got the piece of the puzzle that you were looking for. You were able to get eventually onto the Great Dame after a lovely shopping trip with Brindle to look quite dapper in order to get on this casino boat. And things did not go so well trying to gain entrance. Malachi had some issues getting aboard, but eventually you guys are able to get aboard and ultimately hunt down the captain before things got really messy. And you guys confronted the captain. He had given up information to you about King Hekaton's appearance on the Morkoth, a boat that he said was in the Moonshade Isles that currently held King Hekaton captive, meaning that he was in fact alive. Not but a minute after revealing this information, the captain, Dryland, dropped dead. Nose bloody, and he basically just collapsed. You guys were able to boogie out of there and make it back to the Maelstrom with a new bag of holding after leaving a young Shao woman kind of holding the bag, or not holding the bag, if you will. Being responsible for all of the guests that evening at the casino for basically losing all their gold. So when you guys
let's not forget, she's been gassed into not being able to speak about it or blame anybody else.
Correct. She cannot tell anyone that you guys were in fact responsible for robbing the casino, which is probably the most horrendous thing you've ever done in this campaign. And considering you burned down Golden Fields twice, I think that is saying something. So that is where we will pick up. As you guys return to the Maelstrom, you make your way up to the chambers, and that is where you found the one-armed Shalvis holding a drink, sitting at a table, and giving you kind of a nice little nod, while a couple of the female sisters here, the female storm giants here, the Sarissa sisters, were performing again for some more giant lords. At this point, you guys are beckoned from a guard as he approaches into the main chamber room, where you guys have continued to have your meetings with Queen Sarissa. I presume you guys follow into the throne room.
Mm-hmm.
So as you guys enter, the appearance is as it has been the last few times. You have a couple of the hill giants standing guards in terrace, looking over and down the long steps leading up to the Wormskull throne. And then, of course, sitting in her throne is Queen Sarissa with her uncle Uthor. So, I hope that your return has brought good news. What did you find out from the coin's origin?
Are her sisters still playing?
Yes, they're still singing in the other room.
Okay. Cesare just sort of looks around. looks at Shelvis, takes his lute off his back, and just sort of gently starts playing along with what they're singing in the other room, and sort of fades into the background a little bit.
Okay, what are you ultimately trying to do here?
At the moment, just literally set a nice mood and fade into the background so that nobody's super paying attention to me.
Lady,
did you find anything out?
We know where your dad is. He's alive.
What? Did you see him?
No, he was not in the Twisted Sister casino. He is in the Moonshade Isles.
Her uncle looks over. It would make sense that my brother lives, thus thwarting our means of communication with him in the afterlife. This is wonderful news. My father, if he lives, he could be the one to reunite the giants in some form of order and stop the madness that is going on with the small folk. Do you trust this information?
Yes, the man who gave it to us seemed fairly competent, and it was information that he was not supposed to speak.
And his captors, what did you find out about them? What is their means? What is their motivations?
We didn't get that far. Unfortunately, as soon as he started giving us that information, he died. Died right in front of us.
He just died?
We do have something, and I, despite Cesare's attempts to look inconspicuous, look at Cesare and give him a little 8-finger wave, signifying he should bring out the octopus.
Without breaking the melody, just sort of reaches down and undoes the bag and sidles over so that you can reach into it if you want to, while it's still tied to his hip.
Oh, I do. I grab it by the head and not too gently start waving the octopus around in the queen's face.
I don't understand.
That's unfortunate. We sort of hoped you would.
Do you know where the Kraken's things are? The society. Something of that sort.
A Kraken
That is who hold.
A Kraken Society?
That's who holds your father.
That is not something that I would be familiar with. I can't think of anything. She kind of looks over at her uncle. I'm unaware of it, and he kind of gives her back a shrug. I've never heard anything of such. Perhaps a Kraken is involved here, but I can't imagine why. And what would give it cause? We haven't seen a Kraken in generations. Indeed. Father told me of old Krakens from way long ago, even before giants and dragons walked the land, but I have certainly not heard of an encounter with one in many, many years.
Well, we know dragons are involved. I've heard Krakens described as dragons of the deep. Perhaps they're in league.
Terrifying monster. Do you have means of locating my father?
I'm not sure that we do.
We know the name of the ship and its captain.
Which is?
Sarkethril is the captain, and the ship is
that
the
point-
Morkoth.
You see Uthor kind of wriggle. Sarkethril. That is a name that I have heard before. My dear lady, this is a creature of our worst nightmares. It was a myth. Roaming the deep. It is all of the fairy tale stories your father told you, and then some. If Sarkethril is involved, I would not doubt that he could attract such followers, maybe perhaps this Kraken Society. And if that is a case, that could also explain why this man who gave you the information has dropped dead. Stories foretold of psychic connections between those who worship him. This is troubling. This could mean that the Kraken is, in fact, aware of our discovery.
Is he a god among Krakens, or is just a powerful old being?
No one knows. What I can tell you is there were once gods, and then there were Krakens, and then there were the
There were
giants
dwarves.
and dragons. The dwarves came many years later.
You have your story, I have mine.
True. But my story is the one that worries us. If what my uncle is saying is true, then it is a matter of urgency that you seek out my father aboard this boat.
Have any advice how to track down this boat?
I don't know. It must be protected from our scrying. We've had no success.
You do have an ally, I believe, over in that area already. His name is Zephyros. He's a cloud giant. Last we spoke with him, he was heading that way.
I know of Zephyros, yes. He is a bit odd. Do you find him trustworthy?
Completely.
Actually aid you in your matter?
He's aided us before.
Then please, can we... I must ask you again, please, will you find my father and return him to the throne? I am doing what I can for your kind here in the court. And the ability to track my father on the surface is... it's beyond my capabilities. But should you do this, we would forever be in your debt, along with all of giant kind, whether they know it or not, and with your small folk. I could transport you to the Moonshade.
There's somebody we... How do you guys feel about adding someone to this party? But just one other person. One other arm, shall we say. Alone.
Yes.
Cesare clears his throat and sort of starts singing under his breath. Sola sella dell'insigne. And that is him casting Speak with Animals. And in Octopus, he says, "Hello." Would you like something to eat?
Keep in mind, I'm holding the
Yes.
octopus by its head and, like, just
Yeah,
by
it's
my
kinda-
side now
he
that the
kinda
queen...
He kind of just goes for, please get me away from this one.
I take him away from Malachi.
I'll let him go.
But I perch him. I thought, like, you know those things that you can stick to your dashboard? I sort of do that to him onto the, like, body of the lute. So he's just sort of stuck to the bottom as I'm still playing. And hopefully enjoying it.
Water.
Alright. I dip him into the bucket, and then he gets to stay on my guitar.
Wait, with your lute?
Yes.
That
For the sake
has
of
to give you
brevity,
performance.
I'm gonna allow this ridiculousness.
Give him a little piece of meat.
I demanded reduction to his DCs on his spell casting with his waterlogged magic lute.
I didn't, like, dip the whole lute in there, just the edge of it.
Yes, Queen. We will go after your father.
Then let's make haste. She stands up. And she kind of points back to the back room to transport you once more.
Do you guys want to have a quick word with our old buddy before we take off here?
I wanna find out what this octopus knows before we go anywhere. We might need.
What are you ultimately trying to find out from him?
I want to know if he will tell me anything about the Kraken Society or about Slarkathral.
Slarkathral?
I will tell you this: he doesn't know anything about either of those things because the captain wasn't able to communicate with him.
Does he know anything about magic, or has he ever seen a big scary thing?
No. He has seen neither.
He just saw Malachi.
This octopus has had a very sheltered life. Will he be my friend?
Yes.
Okay, then. Successful conversation.
All right, so are you guys going to go talk to Shalvis, or are you going to head out with the queen?
I'm fine leaving, but if you guys want to do a Shalvis thing, we can do a Shalvis thing.
Rivermeyer?
Yeah, you're the one who hates him the most.
I do, but let's just go.
Yeah, let's boogie.
Okay.
All right, so then I'll like sort of take the queen aside and be like, it might be best if Shalvis wasn't here when we came back.
You should disarm him, he says from across the room.
She looks over and says, my sisters have taken a very keen fondness to him. That is something that I am uneasy with. Should you return my father, I will do my part.
You could command him to come with us, and we could dispose of him. We could just dispose of him on our mission.
She kind of looks over at you, and she smiles at you, Brad. Things do tend to happen from time to time on adventures.
I've heard Kraken are rather cuddly.
But
He can have
please,
an unfortunate
I do
accident.
not wish him to slow you down.
Yes, my queen, with haste.
Okay, so she kind of gives you the nod again. She steps back and she looks over at you guys and she says, so, where to?
Do we know exactly where in the Moonshays, or we just know on the
Do not,
islands?
sir.
Let's go to the ruins of the Ducat family vineyards.
I mean, yeah, that's not a bad idea. I know people.
It's near a town too, right?
Yeah, of course it is.
Perfect. Let's do that.
Does the octopus know where the boat is?
Of course,
he does
yeah.
not.
That's just where the boat is.
Did not expect him to, but it was worth asking.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
you gotta
almost
understand,
like asking a dog, like,
He- I
where's
mean-
the stuff is.
dude, he was on basically a riverboat, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles in from the coast, and yet hundreds of miles still from where where the Moonshay Isles is. So he has not been around near or anywhere over near where you guys are headed.
I guess I just assumed that the captain had some kind of like Palpatine-esque hologram communication with the master of the Kraken Society.
You would presume incorrect, sir. Apparently, from what this octopus is telling you.
But even if he was able to listen in, he doesn't speak their language, so you wouldn't understand it.
Octopi are very intelligent.
Yeah, so intelligent that we eat them alive.
All right.
Has anyone in
I mean, the
this
Koreans.
chat eaten them alive?
No, just saying. I've seen a lot of people do it.
That's terrible. All right. So where are you guys headed off to?
Rivermeyer suggests wherever Zephyros was going.
We don't know.
If they know.
Which was the Moonshay Isles. He
Yeah,
said he was
let's-
headed towards the Moonshay Isles.
Didn't we
Let's-
get
No,
some
but
sort
I didn't
of
know
like...
if the giant queen knew, like, where he was going.
No, that's why she's asking you guys where you want to go. I'm telling you, you know that Zephyros was in fact headed to the Moonshay Isles, which is where this boat supposedly is.
Wasn't he
Well-
working on some sort of communication device for us? Did that ever happen?
No.
Okay.
All right, two suggestions. One, Malachi, can you find Zephyros somehow?
I could make that attempt, sure.
I could also do a sending to him and see if he will just tell us where he is. Or we could go to the Ducat lands and just
Yeah,
hope
and
that
I've got a
stumble
suggestion.
upon.
I'm gonna talk to my sentient being dagger who told me to kill myself, and see if he's ever heard of the Kraken Society.
Not a bad idea.
That is an excellent idea.
So what are you gonna ask your dagger?
Hey, you awake?
Yes, master.
Where did that
Have you,
voice come from?
That was the same voice he had after
Yes.
y'all cured him, remember?
Yes.
Because he originally talked like this when he was cursed.
That's the only
I
one I
ask-
remember.
So
Go back and watch the tapes.
you
Yeah.
you're sentient, I think. So you know that we've been on this quest to find this giant king, right? So do you know anything about the Kraken Society?
It is my origin story.
Your origins.
It is
So-
where I came from.
Then you know where they are.
I carry a piece of me with Slarkethrul's power.
Great! That's who we're looking for. Can you tell
Do
me where
not
he's at?
wish to find him.
Well, you see, the problem that we're going and why you're literally going everywhere but the water is because of him. So what can you tell me? How close can you get me to him?
I do not know where my master is. Simply that I was born from him.
All right. Do you know anything about the Moonshare Isles?
I have not been there in over 3 centuries.
But
Before I
you-
was cursed.
Right. So, can you give me a location?
Of the Moonshare Isles, they are... I mean, he can tell you where the Moonshare Isles is.
No,
Like,
I'm talking like just like.
Do you
Can you
want
just
to
give me
know
a
where
specific-
the... maybe I'm not understanding. So you're asking him where the Moonshare Isles are. Yes, he can tell you where the Moonshare Isles are.
No. I'm talking like a specific place from like where he was born.
He was born from the Kraken. He is literally one of its fangs.
Okay.
Oh,
got you.
yes.
got you.
That's
Um,
why he has been
yeah,
dubbed the Kraken's fang.
I get that.
Full circle.
So
It's almost like I planned that shit out, son.
So do we think that whatever's blocking our scrying of the king will also block our scrying of this dude? Or should I... Because I only get like 1 scry a day. I
Probably
believe.
use it for Zephyros.
Yeah, I would use it for Zephyros.
Okay, so I'm gonna just, as a dungeon master, I'm gonna step in here. Okay, your objective is to do what?
Find the Markov. But we can't do that
To
because we
do-
know it's in the
what's
mid phase.
your what's your real objective?
Rescue
Rescue the king.
Hekaton.
Yeah, okay. So, he is aboard the Morkoth. You guys know that.
Right.
Yes.
Finding the Kraken may not be the same thing to put you on your path. You see what I'm saying? And I
Right,
think your characters
but-
would understand that.
What we're trying to ask is just like a point in the Moonshare Isles. Right now, we're just like, here's the United States. Can you give me like a point in the United States?
Well, the Moonshare Isles is not terribly large. It is a big area, but there are many
it's
ships.
4
in-
kingdoms
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
full of vampires and werewolves.
I will cast Scrying and attempt to find Zephyros.
Okay. So, yeah, give me your scry here real quick. Give me a roll, brother.
He has to roll. He
Oh, that's
has to
right.
save against
That's
me
right.
if he chooses to do so.
Let's see. Do you don't have a possession from him anymore, do you?
I don't think so now. But I know him pretty well. Because I remember I was like chilling in Zephyros' castle when everyone met me.
You are very
Like-
familiar with him.
Yes.
In the
Okay.
biblical sense.
That also.
He
Things
rolled-
get lonely in a cloud castle.
I don't know what your save DC is. I think it's like 17, right?
Yeah.
He rolled a natural 4. So in a
Alright.
matter of moments, you begin to focus on this big floating castle, and for Zephyros, and this whimsical hat adorning the top of this ivory tower in the sky. And soon, into your vision, you find Zephyros. You see him sitting in his chambers
What floor?
on the second floor. You see him sitting in his chambers, and he is reading over a few books and writing into them.
Queen, there. And I hold up the mirror that I'm reflecting Zephyros's study in.
She immediately goes in. She starts focusing the magic, and in a matter of no time, you guys feel yourself being whisked away, feeling lighter, and whoosh. Oh, good heavens! What? Yes.
Zeffy!
Ooh, wow! You have gotten much smaller. It seems. Hello.
Malachi runs up and
Cody,
hugs
what
Slide.
floor are we on?
You are on the second floor of Zephyros' tower.
The one that he would never let us on.
Never let you into.
What do we see?
Go back to book 1.
Yeah, I know, right? You guys see, so you basically see his bed, you see his personal chambers, there are some chests. The room is adorned with several odds and ends of maybe magical items about that you're not quite sure. But for the most part, it's nothing incredibly fancy. It's not like he has a bunch of severed heads up here or anything that it would give you reason to freak out suddenly. It's pretty much what you guys expected it to look like based on the rest of the castle.
Any cats?
There are no cats.
Good.
Oh, well, my friends! Oh, my dear lady. And he bows. Hello, Zephyros. This is, I believe, companions of yours. I would like you to treat them to the best of your abilities. We are looking for a ship. Can you help them? I love ships. There are so many ships out here. They're just all over down there. Yes, well, we're looking for one in particular. I believe they have a name, Monty?
Morkoth.
Morkoth.
Morkoth. I have heard of such a ship. In fact, it looks like a squid. Can
Convenient.
you help us find it? Yes! Great. I will leave you to it then.
Bye,
Thank
Queenie.
you for your help, Zephyros. She looks down at you. All gold of my kingdom will be in your debt. Please return my father safely. Get him out of there. And she blows her horn and disappears.
Can we have that in
Just-
writing?
Clear. I've
Wow.
discovered a problem with that promise. As soon as we find her dad, she's not in charge of the kingdom anymore, and her promise don't mean shit.
But if we had it in writing,
Yeah,
Wow.
this is something that you could have pointed out before she disappeared, Malachi.
Are you kidding? She blew the horn like 3 seconds later.
We're really worried about gold here.
So,
Yes.
I'm not worried about gold.
We continue to bicker for 45 minutes until Zephyros gets bored and wanders off.
All right.
wow, what an experience I've had over the last few 10 weeks. Oh my goodness gracious. Of course I tried to peer in on you from time to time. You had that big fancy axe-swinging fellow with you. Whatever happened to him?
Ooh.
are you talking about me?
No! Much bigger, much bluer.
You don't look in between the hours of 2 hours past sundown and 3 hours past sundown, do you, Zephyros? Ever?
Mostly, yes.
Oh, God.
He
I
died
killed a Hydra.
to a blue dragon.
Oh. Pity. So, let's find a ship.
Zephyros, I have a very important question. Do you
Yes.
have a giant-sized potion of Featherfall by any chance?
No,
That we could-
no. Oh, but I do have something for you. And he goes over, and he digs into his chest, and he comes out, and he is holding 5 rubies.
Nice.
I
Alright.
accept. When we're married, do I get half your castle?
No, he holds out 5 rubies. No. Watch. Now, repeat after me.
Repeat after me.
Linvatar Zephyros.
Vinratal Zephyros.
And immediately he goes, "Is it working?" And you guys, all
Is
of your
it
head,
working? Oh,
you just can hear Zephyros screaming in your heads. Like, it is unbearably loud. You
I
just hear,
didn't
like,
say it yet.
Is it working? No, but it's
All right.
working
No,
for all
I
of
would've-
you.
Oh,
It's-
even when just Bran said
When
it?
Bran said it, it works
All right.
for all of you.
I'll say it then now. Zinbatar Zephyros, or whatever it was.
Oh no, it's already activated. And again, it's screaming in your ears. You guys are like, ah.
Zephyros, turn down the volume. That was too loud. Ugh.
Is it working?
That's a little better. Soft tones.
Now say
So,
Zinvaton Zephyros.
Silverton Zephyros.
Silvertone Zephos.
Oh, see? And now it works. Now you can communicate. Isn't it exactly what you asked for?
It is. We had sort of forgotten. Is there any chance we could swap this out for a potion of Featherfall for each of us?
No, I don't have any of that. So, what are we doing? Where are we going?
We're finding the boat.
The boat! Of course, the boat! Here's the problem. I don't know where the boat is. I just know where it is about. Do you see?
Bring us about.
No problem. Also, you must leave my bedchambers. This is where I sleep. And he points to the hole in the floor. That's about like a 50-foot drop down to the floor below.
If there's soft clouds down there, I'll jump on the clouds.
As soon as you do, you kind of get caught halfway, and like an elevator, it just kind of slowly drifts you down to the floor down below.
I'm
So-
going to really suspiciously try and climb down the wall with my really crappy dexterity.
So at this point,
Or strength.
he is going to offer to help you guys find this boat. It is going to take a few days. So you guys are going to have a few days to plan whatever you want whenever you guys find this boat.
I don't know about the rest of you guys. I really want to do like some sort of paratrooper assault on the ship. I will do anything I can to attempt to brew some kind of Featherfall potion. I will burn all the gold we have. I love that idea of us like dropping down from the sky into the ship. I mean, I can do that in animal form, but
I still have a scroll of Featherfall that I never used.
So you got one scroll. Can anybody
guess,
else
like-
cast it?
I'm pretty sure it's an arcane spell.
Aren't I this thing that like I'm a rogue that can do like all kinds of weird stuff, like jump and fall and like ride chimeras down, and all that stuff. Yeah, I remember specifically doing stuff like that. I think I'll be okay.
Wait, so the griffins are out of the question?
Oh, also an
You did
excellent
have
point.
some griffins outside, if you remember. They might be bought or bargained for.
I will trade. No, I've lost too many pets. I'm not going to trade the octopus, but anything else I have is his.
Wait, do we even want to keep them? I just want to. Well, no, we're going to want to get off that boat.
Are you?
Dude, I am.
We have a horn.
We do have a horn. You're right.
We have
We
two
don't
horns.
give a shit about
Fine.
that.
We basically have free teleportation to like. Oh yeah, I'm gone.
Yeah, basically, once we find it, we can just like whatever share the GPS
Question,
coordinates
Cody,
and get back
do-
there.
Now that we've blown the conch a couple of times, does it feel like it just takes things around us, like to X amount of cubic feet? Because if so, then like we could totally go get the Kraken thing and like stand on its face and blow, and only like its eyeball will come and it'll be blinded.
You haven't seen it like dismember anything. You're not sure. That might totally work. It might just bring the whole Kraken into the court.
That doesn't sound like a bad outcome either.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
It's like it's stuck in like a little dungeon area. Like
Oh my gosh, that is the best plan I'm going to tell Chris Perkins. So my players had a plan.
We have the best plans.
All right, cool. The Rivermire's gonna chill, drink some of his wine that I'm sure Zipperer has now re-bought, and
So-
just chill until we find the boat.
What are you guys planning to do?
Storm the boat.
You're going to storm the boat? Okay. Are you going to use griffins? Are you going to float down? Are you going to do day or night?
I think a night assault makes sense.
I'm down for night. I can see
Wait,
Chester.
can Griffins see at night?
That.
I do not know if griffins have dark vision. I
I'm
can
looking
find
now.
out, though. Oh, the places you will
They
go.
do. Griffins do have dark vision.
I assume they do because they're kind of like cattish, right?
Yeah. Now that
They
I
have
got-
dark vision 60 feet.
With feathers and beaks and claws and stuff.
Right.
Dude, the
Like,
dumbest
more terrifying
questions.
cat.
All right, guys, what do we do? I don't know. Can griffins see at night? All right. So what are we doing here,
yeah.
guys?
All right. Does anyone oppose like flying in on griffins and assaulting them and just like jumping off on deck and like beating the shit out of people?
Cody, I
Hell
have a
no.
question,
I'm gonna
Never mind.
circle
Alright.
and
'cause
shoot
I don't
from
know
my
what
mount.
combat's like. Yeah, we got to read mounted combat if this is what we're gonna do.
I have a feeling that we're not going to have much opposition.
I don't think we're gonna have a ton of opposition either. I think it's gonna be one big bad or two big bads.
I mean, hold on. Is a frontal assault what we really want to do? Because would sneaking in potentially make more sense?
How do you sneak onto a boat? It's a boat.
An invisible griffin and rider?
Cody, can I turn a person and their mount invisible?
You
What do
can
you think?
turn. I mean,
3 creatures.
can you cast invisibility? I don't know if it is creatures.
You could
Oh,
I
yeah,
want to see
you
what it
could
says.
Mhm.
you could definitely turn a polymorphed somebody
A creature
and
you touch becomes invisible until the spell ends. Yeah, man.
Mhm.
You could definitely turn. I mean, fuck, dude. Honestly, yeah. I see no reasons why you couldn't turn a griffin invisible with a rider and get to the boat, and or maybe even move around on the boat while you're invisible and do a horn deal. I mean, like, there's many things you guys can do.
Neat.
so here's my worry. Like, we don't know why they have him. We don't know how he's incapacitated. We don't know if they would like rather he be dead than reclaimed by the giants.
How about this? I go in first, board the boat. Since I'm a really tough fellow, let's be honest, I won't dive that easily. And if it's safe, no opposition, I'll hold up my torch in the air, and then you guys just come down.
I
But
mean,
if it's not safe, then, maybe come invisible and come help me as soon as possible.
Honestly, here's what I think. I think that they're not expecting us, and that we're just gonna swoop in, and all we have to do is exactly what we did with Chavez. Just grab him and disappear. So we don't have to kill anybody, but I'm not opposed to it, of course. But I'm not too scared to board the boat.
I'm
I-
not worried about us. I'm more worried about what's going to happen to him, or the like, oh, spare our lives if you don't want us to kill the king, or maybe we have some maniac who just kills the king.
I'm
It
pretty
would've-
sure they're not going to kill him, otherwise he would already be dead.
Exactly. Let's
But
just think about this.
They've never attempted, like, they have him. He's safely in their possession now.
And
Right.
yet they have not tried to do
Exactly.
anything with him. Clearly, having him is the means and the goal in and of itself.
Yeah,
If
but
they
if
wanted to-
we're about to reclaim him, or there's a risk of them losing him,
I'm
They
sure they
might-
would not kill him.
I have an odd sense that they're just keeping him safe.
Well,
like,
And
safe.
he's not
his own
kept.
protection.
No, prisoner, yes. Not for
I-
his own protection, for their protection.
Yeah, but listen,
Right.
the last time we tried to do complicated plans, it resulted in us almost getting killed. And those plans falling apart very, very quickly. I think maybe
Oh,
we make one or
wait,
two
wait,
persons invisible
wait,
and then
wait.
attack.
I have something for this. As it so happens, I have a spell called Pass Wall that lets us move through a wooden, plaster, or stone surface up to 20 feet deep, creates a completely stable passageway. We could get down next to the side of the ship and like board into the side of the hull and be inside without anybody knowing we're there if we fly in invisible.
How did we
I
not
don't
know
think
about
flying
this
in
before?
invisible matters.
It's new.
Oh, okay.
Do you just sort of like swoop right into it? I feel like that's something that would take a second, and I don't know that griffins can like hover that close to things.
Look, if we go at midnight, I'm sure the boat won't be moving and the crew will mostly be asleep. Well, partying and being drunk fools, like how I believe sailors are. Anyways, we could use Malachi's spell, go through the hull, find the king, blow our horn, and get out. Or kill everybody. That's always an option. But either way.
All right. I really like the idea of going in. I really want to jump through the side of the ship. I think that's a fun thing, and I want to do it. Everything else, you guys, unless you fundamentally disagree.
Malachi, the only reason why I don't think that's a great idea is think of our escape plan. If we have the griffins, we could just fly away.
We have 2 horns.
That is also true.
I believe that escaping will not be our problem. Let us just board and then figure out what to do then.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I'll go to force first, and if there's no danger, I'll raise my torch in the air. If there is danger, I'll wave it really fast.
All right.
Shit, I'm being shot with arrows.
Ow, 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 ow.
I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm dying.
Oh, it looks like it's all safe.
Okay, so why don't we all... We have a couple of plans in front of us. What does everybody want to do? And if we have some form of consensus, let's do that. And if not, we'll keep debating.
And I'm going to
Let's
give you
just-
guys a few more minutes here to plan out exactly what you guys want to do, so you can get on the same page.
Let's just blow a hole through the side of the ship, fly in, and then just go get him, and then blow the horns and leave.
How big is this ship?
Literally, that's our whole goal.
How big is this ship?
I mean, we could actually
You don't
fly
know.
into the ship
But you
with
know
the
that
hole
he
I can
is
make.
you don't know how big the ship is, but you know
That's
that
what
it's
I'm
big
saying.
enough to
There's-
hold a giant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Will
it'd be
that
pretty
sink
big.
the ship?
Possibly prisoner.
Yeah.
So, like,
You don't want to sink the ship.
I'm picturing, like, Spanish galleon or something.
Yeah, like guys, I'm thinking, okay, like there's 3 levels. Okay, we go in on the 2nd level, we move on.
Yeah, right. I agree. I think we can get into the side without sinking it.
And if we
Okay.
sink the ship, who cares? We'll go grab the king and blow the horn. I can swim underwater. Don't worry
But-
about it. We're good.
Hold on.
I can
Let's be
teleport.
honest. We never
See?
destroy things with water. We always destroy
Always
them
destroy it
with
with fire. Oh, don't worry, I'll burn the ship too.
So we're good. We're going in. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So
we're good. We're good. We're going in the
Okay.
side of the ship.
going through the wall.
I'll flip it sideways, and we'll just all fly in, and then the griffins can go do their own thing.
Hell yeah.
I'm not worried about our escape. We've got 2 horns.
So it takes about 1d6 days to kind of find this ship. No bullshit, I rolled a 1. So it really doesn't take that long before Zephyros is able to find the ship. And it really sticks out to him because of your vantage point, because he blends in with the cloud, because he actually, from the bottom, it looks like a big cloud in certain parts of the day. When the sky is clear, he stands out immensely, but lucky for you guys, the Moonshine Isles, it is pretty cloudy and it rains quite a bit there. So he's able to find the ship because of the shape very, very quickly. And within the next day, it's getting close to about 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun has not set on the ocean yet. It still has a few more hours of sunlight. But he eventually comes down and says that he has located the, quote, squid ship.
I
And
asked him
that
if he
there
can.
is something that you should probably see.
I asked him if he can throw lightning bolts, like big lightning bolts. Like that's not a joke.
He can cast lightning bolt.
Cool. So like, if all things go awry, we'll just use our stone and tell him to like lightning bolt the ship a couple of times. Then it can sink. Then we'll get him.
So he beckons you guys over to his giant crystal ball kind of in the middle of the floor here. And basically he's converted this to a sort of a telescope, just looking straight down from the cloud. And when you guys look straight down, I want to show you what you guys see here. So I'm going to shift you, I'm going to go ahead and shift you guys over to the Morkoth. I don't want to give away too much, but, oh, you know what? Give me just a second. I think, I'm going to see if maybe I have a handout of this thing. Let me see if I have a player handout, scenes and location. Ah, beautiful. Show to players. So this is, in essence, what you guys see. And I'm going to shift this over here for you guys on the stream so you guys can check it out as well. This is what you find as you look down onto the ship.
Can you give us a sense of scale, like length and height and whatnot?
Well, look, there's the giant.
There is a giant, which is a huge size creature in the middle of the ship, tied down. And
Right.
It appears as though there are several levels on this. This boat is pretty big. This boat is very big.
So my question is do we see that? Do we see this picture
Yes.
exactly?
You
So
see
you can already
exactly
see Hekaton.
You are literally looking at King Hekaton.
Zephyros, can we take a second here? You've seen the ship before, and you didn't notice your king is strapped down to the top of it?
I never got this close. I was busy.
That's
I
fine.
saw it off in the distance, but we are right above it.
Okay.
So I think our plans changed a little bit. How about Bran and I go down, cause a scene on one of the ends, and you two get him out of there. We'll take a horn, you take a horn. Get him out of there, we'll follow. Bran, you
Well,
alright with that?
I can still create a hole below water level now.
What
I
would
think
the
sinking
point
it
of
would be
this
more
be?
fun.
The sinking of
okay
the
with
ship
this.
would be a pretty big distraction, wouldn't it?
Actually, Cesare, how far are we from it right now? Are we within your teleportation distance? If so, can you not teleport to his forehead and blow the horn there?
That is a very good question, my pointy-eared friend. I am not. One of my eyes is blind, so I don't have the best depth perception. So, would you say this is about 500 feet?
You guys are more than 500 feet at this point. If a cloud got that low, it would become suspicious. But it might be able to drift down that low before being noticed.
Guys,
Well, I
invisible
think
griffins
just-
at night.
Invisible griffins right now.
Dude, why not just, I'm telling you, you could just jump and be like, teleport!
Yep.
And then, blah, and we're good to go!
I thought about that. I don't know how the preservation of momentum works in this universe.
So you guys
Conservation of momentum.
are planning just to go get Hekaton. You're not going to kill or destroy anybody else?
Yeah, I'm
I
not
don't
like.
know.
I kind of want to fuck some shit up. Malachi's feeling a little surly today.
I don't know. I think our objective is to get the king, and I think that's literally the most important objective. I think whatever easiest route to get him is probably the most prevalent.
I mean,
Hey, how about this? I can take one of you guys with me to teleport down onto him so that if some shit goes down, I guess Bran's the logical choice here, can cover me while I blow the horn and get us all out of there. Or Malachi, if you want to shoot some fucking fireballs and lightning bolts just to get your nuts off.
have you
We
ever
can-
seen me shoot a fireball? Or are you confusing me with somebody else? You asshole.
I mean, yeah, maybe. Just a little bit.
All right.
Maybe we could just talk to them. I'm sure they would be reasonable.
We all just glare at
Zephyros. That's a
Zephyros.
great idea.
Yes, of
Somebody
course,
grab
talking is
Zephyros
always
and
a great
teleport.
plan. You don't always have
Zephyros.
to go around just killing and murdering and maiming everything.
Bran starts
Zephyros.
flying down on his griffin towards the boat.
Okay.
Malachi
Are
jumps on a griffin and flies down too.
Are you serious right now? Is that what you're doing?
Sure, I mean, if we're all gonna do that, then
first
sure.
off, I need you to give me an animal handling check to see, even when you approach the griffin, if it will even let you continue to get near it or if it will attack you.
I'll
Hell
do it.
Right.
I-
Don't worry, I roll terribly.
I have to back up here.
Oh,
because
shit.
I have to go way back. So stop. Here's what I need. I'm going to get some little order here. We're going to start with Bran. Bran, you, while everybody is talking, you're going to leave, go out towards where the griffins are, and try to get on top of one.
Roll the 9.
You rolled a 9 for animal handling. That is so not great. As you get close to the 4 griffins sitting outside, you see that they are currently in the middle of an afternoon nap with a few bones of an elk sitting nearby, clearly an elk that has been picked over by them. And as you kind of get close, one of them stands up and kind of stretches real tall towards you. As you continue to reach over to get on top of it, it actually stops, hisses, and lashes out at you in defense. So, I have...
Rip.
I have a 25 for 9 slashing damage.
Rip.
I assume you make some sort of noise or, like, grunt as this thing cuts into you a little bit.
Yeah, I look at my arm where there's a scratch, and I'm just like... And then I speak with animals. And say, calm down, I'm sorry. I interrupted your nap.
Okay. I need to pull up a griffin's intelligence. Give me just one moment here.
I keep forgetting that Bran has magic. It seems so out of nowhere.
It seems so odd, doesn't it? What is... Oh, gosh, they have an intelligence of 2.
It yells nap and bites you again.
No!
Bad touch.
No. Kill!
Elk jerky?
Kill!
I say elk jerky, and I hold out some of the jerky Cesare gave me.
Ooh, advantage on his roll.
Yes, give me a second animal handling check with advantage. 18.
You bribed the fuck out of that
You
griffin.
can bribe the shit out of this griffin, who is all about that jerky, son. So, it hasn't been able to hunt recently, and the elk is actually a few weeks old at this point. It hasn't been able to hunt. It doesn't hunt well over the water. So while you guys are hunting the boat, it's actually really hungry, and it seems to take your food pretty quickly. At this point, you kind of see the other griffins stirring a little bit.
I say,
Well, I cannot.
there'll be more to come. I just need to ride you for just a little bit.
You see it kind of pause. You're not sure how much it's understanding you, but eventually you kind of hear back and feel back like a yes, okay.
Yeah, I assume it has a saddle or no saddle.
It does not have a saddle. These are not riding griffins. These are cats for Zephyros.
Okay, I just pat it on its back and I slowly mount it.
Yeah. Bran, you are on a griffin. Now, I need the rest of you guys to give me a perception check with disadvantage, please.
But I have the alert feat, man.
I have it.
Okay, so you can roll standard, Dan.
I have advantage too.
Why do you have... Okay, can you tell me
His
why?
shield.
Because of my shield.
Because of your shield. Okay, so you have standard, and you have standard. So 24, 18, and Cesare, you're totally fucking oblivious that Bran has left.
Still playing with my octopus.
That's exactly. So you guys, after a few moments, you realize that Bran has left. And do you guys follow or continue to talk about and strategize? All you know is that he has left and walked outside.
Oh, I go after him, and when I see him getting on a griffin, I go barreling towards the griffin, and with my 1 on my animal handling check, or my nat 1, I think I just take a flying leap onto the back of a sleeping griffin, hoping that it will take me away.
Yeah, that does not bode well for you. So
No, it doesn't.
I'm gonna kind of speed this along here because they're not going to be happy about this, and unless you back off or defend yourself, they are going to basically defend themselves from you just jumping all on them.
If it doesn't go well, I think I'll just like
you have a big vibe that it is you are about to walk into the lion's den if you don't shape up at this point.
Yeah, I'll back away and I'll turn into a griffin and do like, no, it's all cool. Except in
Submission.
griffin form.
Submission gestures.
So after not being able to climb on a griffin, you are now a griffin. And Rivermeyer, what are you doing?
Yeah, I walk out, and as soon as I see the dead elk, I'm going to just grab meat from my pack.
It's
because I rolled a 17.
Okay. So and at this point, Rivermeyer, Cesare, you're able to realize that everybody has left. Arguments have stopped, and so are you guys all ultimately going to try to jump on and ride one of these griffins?
Yep.
I'd like to try to ride a griffin as a griffin.
That is not what this show is about, sir. This is family-friendly Taking 20. And
I'll put you guys down at the ship in like an hour.
I will not allow that, sir.
There's a market for that, Cody.
That is a whole new meaning to riding a griffin. Okay, so I will tell you this. After persuading them with food, ultimately you are able to calm the animals, and you may mount these griffins if you guys want. Now, how well you're going to be able to fly them is a totally different story. But
it's cool. It's all dexterity checks. I'm going to be super good.
You guys, the three of you are on a griffin, and Malachi, you are a griffin.
Did you wait for us, Bran, or did you just like book it as soon as like you see us ring it after and you'd be like, screw you guys, I'm getting down there?
I said to you guys, let's go.
But are you waiting, or are you like just impatiently waiting, or are you going?
I'd start flying and circling the ship.
There you go. So, all right, here's what I need here. Fuck, man. Okay, let me just think about this for just a moment. I think I'm going to need all of you guys to give me animal handling checks again. Just standard. Just standard animal handling checks. No advantage or disadvantage. A 14 from Bran, a 17 from Cesare, and Rivermeyer is an 18. Okay. So what is your goal with the griffins? You guys are now successfully flying the griffins around, and you've kind of gotten a feel for them.
I'm going to, legitimately, I'm not kidding. This is what I want to do. I want to dive bomb the ship and roll off the griffin and tumble.
Okay, so Bran, what are you trying to do? You're the first one on the griffin, and you've kind of gotten the best feel for it at this point.
If I don't see any immediate threats, I try to land on the ship.
Yeah, I guess, what do we see other than the king?
You guys can see movement on the deck below. But it appears as though where Hekaton is being tied down, he's just so big that there's like a big empty hole. So it's like, not to break immersion here, but it's kind of like a mall that is multi-layered, looking down at the food court. So you have a top layer here that isn't the whole of the ship next to a kind of hull, Hull, where the giant is being tied down.
Guys, maybe bringing a bunch of hungry griffins down onto a tied up and incapacitated giant isn't a great idea.
You're a griffin, so you can't talk, and me and my griffin, Peter, are now invisible.
Brian, you're diving down. You're diving down. You're diving down. Give me another animal handling check. You're about 250 feet up. 17. You're good to go. Rivermeyer, you see Bran diving. What do you do?
Yeah, I told you. That's what I want to do, too.
Okay, give me another animal handling check. A natural 20 for a total of 26. Cesare, give me an animal handling check at disadvantage, please, sir.
Because of the invisibility?
Because you just turned this creature invisible.
Yeah, I did.
Disadvantage, you have a 19.
Wow.
Marvelous. Okay, so you guys are diving down, diving down, diving down. Let me make some perception checks here to see if you have caught these guys by surprise.
I want to say, I'm not like dive bombing like these guys. I'm just like cash gliding in towards the giant.
You don't see any immediate movement.
Can I, before I tumble off, shoot one?
Wait,
you were
can
going
we-
so fast, diving almost straight down on top of the ship, because you guys aren't that far off of the ship. You're diving at a very, very steep angle, if you will. I would say that no, not while you're diving. If you want to pull your griffin up and fly around and shoot, yes, you could do that.
Can we establish right now who has the horns?
I know I do.
Because we should know that in
I
advance.
was under the impression that
I
it
have
was
one.
Cesare and Rivermeyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
the ones who blew him last time.
Yeah, that's cool with me. I just want to make sure that we like have that locked down.
Okay, so you guys are diving down, and you are just a few feet up. I want this from everybody who's trying to dive bomb straight down onto the king. Are you okay? First off, let me ask this: are you guys diving straight down to the king on the lower third level, the very bottom, or are you trying to land on top where you guys see 8 to 10 cultists?
I'm trying to land directly on the king.
I'm not. I want to land on the top layer because, like I said originally, I want Cesare to go to the king, and I'm going to cause ruckus.
I will
Okay,
join.
So let me ask this, Bran, first, because you're the closest.
Okay.
If I notice they are a threat, I'll land close to them so I could get off and start.
Okay, so here's what I want from you in
Killing.
this order.
Tenderizing him.
Give me an animal handling check again, and give me an acrobatics check to jump off. Animal handling of 7, and an acrobatics
Oh,
of
man.
5.
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
Okay.
ooh.
So, you fell 250 feet or so from this last 250. You probably lost
I
control.
rage.
You rage? You rage. All right, I'll give that to you.
He's pretty pissed about falling off
I would
the
say that
griffin.
you fell probably the last 80 feet or so. As you are diving down, you can kind of see a couple of people look up at the last moment, and that throws you off from what the griffin is trying to do. And you can feel the griffin trying to do its own thing. And so, because it doesn't want to just smash into the side of this thing. So as you dive down, you lose control and you fall from the griffin. And you drop 80 feet. I need you to take... Wow, that's terrible. 20 damage, 20 fall damage as you crash into the bottom of the bottom layer right next to where King Hekaton is, smashing in some of the boards and significantly knocking the wind out of yourself. You may half that for just 10 fall damage.
Nice.
That is actually not that bad. But you are on the bottom. Now, before you can act, we're going to move over to Rivermeyer. Rivermeyer, I want you to tell me where you're going.
I want to go. Okay, let me pull up the ship picture again. Cause if I remember correctly, there's like stuff at the front of it. Let's see, where's it at? Here we go. So if you look at the ship, I want to land like above his head. I want to live like the front of the ship,
Okay.
on the top layer
Give me
where there's people.
on the top layer where there are four people.
Yeah, I'm trying to create a scene.
Okay. No problem. You give me an acrobatics check. You got a 15 animal handling.
A second, I gotta put another music.
Yeah, that came out a little loud. Sorry.
Is that acrobatics?
Yeah, you have a 15 animal handling. You're able to get the animal to do what you want. And a 17, you're able to dismount. No problem. You get the griffin to dive. You cut it over to the front of the ship at the last moment and kind of get the griffin to understand what you're trying to do. You pull up on it a little bit, and with that, you easily hop off, seeing your mark. And if you so choose, you may crash land into one of the cultists that doesn't have any type of weapon drawn to attack you or nothing. You can just use him to break your fall.
Yep.
Okay, give me a D6, please. Plus your Dex mod.
8.
8. Okay. So you crash land into one right after Bran does. So you hear this loud sickening crack, and then you swoop in immediately right as the cultist turns his head, and you crash into him, knocking him out, and knocking him down anyways. And that will bring us over to Cesare. You are not flying as fast, right?
Correct.
Okay, so give me an animal handling check, normal, no advantage or disadvantage. 20. You are able to continue to glide this thing down. You have another round before you can get to the boat. And then Malachi, where would you like to land?
Sorry. I would like to. So, are all the cultists are clustered around where Rivermeyer just landed, right?
There are some on the front of this level and some on the back into the boat at this level.
All right. I'll land next to Rivermeyer.
Okay.
Well, no. I'll do that.
Okay, you can land that. No check needed. If everybody would be so kind.
Do I know that it's Malachi? Real quick. Do I know that it's Malachi next to me, or do I think it's a different Griffin?
You tell me.
I don't know. Malachi, did I see you turn into a Griffin?
Yeah.
Okay, well then yeah. Okay.
Okay. If everybody would be so kind as to give me an initiative check, please.
So if I have advantage on initiative from a magical item that is currently a part of me right now, do I get to use that advantage or do I not?
I will say yes.
Okay.
Because you're currently a 7 and a 4. Didn't matter.
Did not help.
You
Where's
did not
my
jump into the
token?
tracker, my man.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't. I don't know where my token is. I found him.
Oh, I think you turned the change order.
All right.
Let's just blame Chris.
That was.
I totally blame him.
Totally my
God
fault.
damn it, Chris.
I don't. All right. I don't know why it's not. Oh no, I am in. All right, but it was a 7.
Dude, I'm telling you, this campaign from Roll20 is really, really, really starting to lag out. Like, the longer we've been in it, it has been really bad.
This seems like the smallest map we've ever been on, though.
It is one of the smallest. And it's still lagging. I don't know how the second half of this evening is going to go. And then, Bran, you are down here, buddy.
All right, I'll be right back.
Am I on this map?
You are not. You are on the map now.
Hey.
Okay, I'm gonna redo my initiative and then change to what it was.
Here we go, gentlemen.
I'm 18.
Or you want me to remove the 26?
No, I am the 26.
Okay, I got you.
Did you want me to re-roll it?
No, but I have 2 Brands on here, and I had 2 Rivermeyers. Now I don't. Okay. So, first up is Rivermeyer.
Yeah, I'm going to I'm gonna bonus action disengage and then shoot a guy. A different guy.
Okay, there is almost no room up here on the front to maneuver. You are like right on top of the guy.
Well, he's prone. I don't think he can make attacks of opportunity. But I'm gonna shoot somebody that's not the guy I just fell into. How's that sound?
That sounds wonderful. If that's what you want to do.
That's what I want to do. So there's that, and it'll be that much damage plus that.
All right, here's what I need everybody to do. I need everybody to sit up for me real quick and get a nice big smile for the camera. Chris, where are you, man? We gotta get a nice big smile for the thumbnail. Okay, that's it. All right. Yeah, man.
I shoot this one.
There are zero doubt that Rivermeyer just dominates this cultist and drops him. Okay,
That's my.
Bran. You need to spend at least half of your movement standing up. And let me put you right here real quick so you can see. You are right next to... Can you see yourself down here?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So that's kind of what you're seeing here. You're seeing a cultist down here next to where you fell, and another one down at the bottom.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I attack the nearest cultist.
You stand up, you move over, you draw your weapon, and you can get to him and attack. No problem. I'll let you stand on his head. 20... Dude, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. You have completely caught him unaware, and you drop him.
And then I just move a couple paces this way, I guess.
What you notice here, is that the king is being held down by these 4 big chains. And these chains are humming. And they are giving off a faint, luminescent, bluish-green hue.
Okay.
And they are bolted down to these large wooden blocks. And on these wooden blocks, you see basically inscriptions.
Okay.
But basically, the king is chained down. Cesare. You can move down and join the crew, or move down to the lower deck next to Bran.
I want to land on the king.
You may certainly land on the king, but that is going to take your full action.
Done.
Okay. So you and your griffin are now invisible still on top of the king. And now we have craziness. All right, so crazy pants. All right, so the first thing you see is immediately everybody shing drawing these cutlasses and moving towards you guys. And you can hear a under siege kind of being called out throughout the boat, and you can hear from the deck down below and the deck above you, Bran, hollers and movement going on. So what we have here is...
As a free action, Cesare judges everybody for not using proper nautical terms.
We have a cultist step up, and he is going to crawl past the king here, step up, and try to slash at you, Bran.
Rip.
I have a 17 for 7 slashing.
That'll hit.
Alright, we got a bunch of fun over here. We have one guy who is going to try to stand up on top of you, and let's do this here. He's going to stand up and draw and attack Malachi in griffin form. So I have a 17 for 5 slashing against you, Malachi.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit.
Okay, and then I have against Rivermeyer, I have a 21 for 7 slashing damage.
Yeah, I'm going to. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I'm going to use my reaction to have that damage.
Okay, I have
Really
a
short
20 for 6 slashing damage against you, Rivermeyer.
Yeah, that'll hit.
My gosh, these rolls. These guys have... Alright, I guess it was just that point in the campaign that the random number generator caught up. And you see these guys begin to move along, or climb down here. 1, 2... And across the bow, you see a really, really nasty looking half-orc. Let's get them! And, kind of pointing out and hollering. And you see him jump down to the bottom deck, just straight up dropping 20 feet down to the deck below. And Bran, you see this as suddenly this half-orc, boom, lands down on the deck below, and it kind of echoes a little bit through the chamber. He's actually really, really close to you, Cesare, while you're on top. And you see a couple more jump down as well. One guy leaves a ballista, and he is beginning to climb down. And, okay, that brings us back around to Malachi.
Can I not see Brandon
No, you
Cesare
skipped
for
me.
some reason?
I did not skip you, Danny. You
Oh,
went
okay.
first.
Okay,
Malachi,
we said back around, that's why.
You cannot see Cesare or Bran
Okay.
at the moment.
Is that because I'm too far from the edge here, or is that just because...
Yes.
Okay.
Where they landed and where you are, you can't see them.
All right, and I'm
So invisible.
That also, yes, fair point. I don't really have room to like step back and cast here, do I?
No, you're also Griffin form, so are you going to give that up?
Nah. I guess I'll just.
Attack,
Go to
lash
town.
out as a Griffin?
Yeah, I
Hey,
think I will.
let's make you appropriately sized here, Malachi.
Yeah, you're large.
All right, so I get +6 on my attacks. And I guess I'll just go to the one that's directly below me. Am I like perched on the edge or something?
Yeah, kind of. And able to squeeze on here, yes.
Okay.
I mean, ultimately, are you just trying to attack?
Yeah, this guy right below me.
Yeah, you can do that, no problem. The 12, I think, gets there. I'm pretty sure, actually. It does. The
Okay.
12 gets there, so
All right, the damage for the 12 is
you don't need to roll for him because
Okay.
he had already taken some blunt damage from some bludgeoning damage from River Meyer as he came and he kicked down onto him.
Ah, you killed him, but I helped.
The 21 is against the other person up here with River Meyer.
Yeah,
That's
that's
good.
a claw attack on him.
Yep, give it to me.
Pretty weak roll, but still
That
not awful.
is enough to drop him as well.
All right, cool.
You guys
Then, as a
figuring out
bonus
very
action,
quickly that you are combatively, these are not the most trained and well-equipped targets.
all right, as a bonus action, I'll flip back to Malachi form.
Okay. All right, Rivermeyer.
Yeah, I'm going to bow in left hand,
Okay.
unsheath thing, which is my my peck, and I'm going to stab this guy. Is Malachi still in threatening distance of him?
Yes.
Cool. I just wanted to know.
To know how badly you would annihilate him.
Yes. I have a 16 for 9
Gets
plus
there
the 4.
and it drops him.
Okay. So is that 4 goes to my health?
Yes, it does. And
Okay.
everybody here in this immediate little vicinity of you guys is now is now dead. You guys have killed them all.
Cool. Can I haven't used any movement yet. I want to bonus action dash and get down as far as I can, running down the stairs,
Do you want to get down to the bottom layer?
if possible. I have 70 feet of movement.
You can do that. Yeah, that's
Cool.
not a problem. You can easily whip down. You take a few steps. You take a few things. You look down. You just let go, and you can land right down and next to Bran.
Done.
Okay. That brings us to Bran.
Lightning bolt.
All right, reckless time.
All right, man. Let me see it. Dead.
26 for 21.
Dead.
I walk over to this orc.
You rush up to the orc, to the half orc.
Second swing, 24 for 19.
Gets there.
That's my turn.
With rage so lit.
And this is-
Because of the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys waiting for me? Is Cody
No, give me
doing
1 second.
something?
I'm just checking something
Okay.
out. Okay, I was just checking something out. So, all right. That
Jeez,
brings
Cesare,
us
you've
to
been a DM before.
Cesare.
Uh,
And you're also noticing these chains at this point.
To do an Arcana check, would that be something that Cesare would have to consciously decide, or is it something just to see if he knows what's up with these chains?
You can do it. I mean, if you want to make a quick look over to see if you recognize them, that's certainly reasonable.
Yeah, I want to do a quick thing because I don't think like Cesare is smart enough to think like, glowing chains. That's probably blah blah blah. I'll puzzle through it. So
Blah 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 blah.
yeah, that's exactly how he talks. Motherfucking, where's knowledge arcana? Oh, there it is.
It's an intelligence arcane. You, with an 8, you have no idea what these are. You don't know if you're gonna be able to use your conch with this or not, or if this is for scrying, or if this is just to be strong chains. You have no clue what these are. But you know they're magic, but you really have no clue on what the effect is.
Yeah, no, I stick to the plan. I blow the conch.
Okay, so you grab onto Hekaton and you blow this conch. And suddenly you feel yourself being pulled and light away, and whoosh! Bran, Rivermeyer, you notice that Hekaton has just disappeared.
And we split the party.
But you hear this, ooh, and Hekaton is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Cultists! Okay, so now these guys jump down and join the fray. So, first off, we have this guy who pulls out his short blade. Not what I wanted to do. Bran, I have a 20 for 7 piercing and a 24 for 9 piercing. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh my god, where's my character sheet?
Shift double click your token.
I need you
10.
to take 24 poison damage.
How much damage total? Or what was the damage again?
So, hold on. Give me another Constitution saving throw, please.
Don't roll a 2 this time.
Okay. So, in total, you have 31, 40. You have 40 piercing and poison damage. As he lashes back out at you, he is very, very quick, and you can immediately realize or recognize him as a very formidable fighter, and probably the reason why he's in charge here. And he quickly ducks over and sink, stabs into you twice. The initial impact of the cut is quick. It doesn't go terribly deep on each of these, but you can feel the sting of a poison running through your veins.
Okay.
Alright, cultists are going to jump down to there. This one is going to move up to there. This one's going to move to there. Because Cesare and King Hekaton are gone, by the way. I'm just leaving him on the map because, so he could see. Alright, they begin to surround you. I'm just going to move you over here, Cesare. And I'm going to take this guy off the map. Alright. Since everybody is pretty much focused down here at this point, I think it's the worst thing to zoom in. Malachi!
Alright. If I move here, is that 10 feet to the edge so I can see what's happening?
Yeah, you can see what's happening.
I mean,
Lightning bolt. Just kidding.
can you, like, show me what's happening?
Oh, okay, I get it. They've got dynamic lighting on. Alright, now scroll down a little bit. You should be able to see a little bit easier.
I do. Yeah, I'm just gonna bomb the whole thing with confusion and hope that that works out better than it did last time I hit Brain with confusion.
What is your range on? How big is it?
90 feet.
10
90
foot?
feet?
No, it's 10 foot.
10 foot radius.
Oh, 10-foot radius.
Yeah, radius.
Yeah, so 20 feet total.
Yeah, I'll just drop it on that dude.
Yeah, you'll hit that whole group. Okay, so you go in and you immediately look over and you go, huh, confusion. So Bran.
You got this, Brad.
Give me a check, brother man.
I mean, even if you freak out and attack the nearest creature, that's not all
It's
that.
not too bad.
That doesn't get there.
Saving throws. Okay. Fail. Saving throws. Fail. I have a 7 and a 6 so far. Saving throw. A 4 wisdom save. Saving throw. I have a 9. Saving throw. I have an 7. Okay, I'm not kidding. I have wisdom saving throws of 7, 6, 4, 9, and 7.
Well, my DC is 10, so they really lucked out, or really got unlucky there.
Your DC for that cannot be 10.
No, it's 17.
Okay. All right. Yeah, they're all confused. Bran, what are you rolling a 1d10 for?
To see what he does, because he's confused.
Oh, you're already confused. Okay. Well, hold
Sorry,
on.
Bran.
Hold on.
Right.
I didn't see that you actually failed yours. Wisdom save of 10. Okay, so hang tight here. All right. That brings us to Rivermeyer. Rivermeyer. You hear the familiar words of a confusion spell. I'd say by now you easily recognize that from Malachi.
Cool. I'm going to shoot this guy and this guy. Did you see those? The guy down to the south and to the west of Bran.
Okay. So the two.
I would like to, if rules let me, I would like to sneak attack the orc.
Bran is not threatening him with his confusion.
I am still going to shoot them, and I'm gonna have to action surge to do this.
Okay. So
27.
For 12 does not kill the first cultist, and that's this guy right here. Okay, does not kill him as you thunk an arrow into him. If you follow up with the second arrow, that'll easily drop him.
No, I want to shoot the orc.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you squeeze that in there. So no problem. So this guy drops to there, and this orc is going to 21 for 12. Yeah, he takes 12 points of damage. Bran, give me a D10, please, sir. A 2. What is a 2, guys?
Nothing.
It's a nothing.
Wow. Okay.
Wait, you get another wisdom save after that, though, Bran.
$11.
Not enough.
No,
Are you going to choose to stop concentrating on it?
No.
Okay. Cesare, I'm going to get back to you here in just a moment. You don't need to act in this combat, so I'm going to go ahead and remove you from this because you're not pressing. The cultists will begin to pile out and down from behind you guys and above you. So you see these guys piling out from the main deck, and they proceed to drop on top of you, making an attack. And of course you didn't see that cultist because it snapped a grid and everything is moving so slow. Man, this is moving slow. Okay, so Malachi, give me a strength saving throw, please.
Okay.
10, fail. You are now prone. Give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Ouch.
You
shit.
drop concentration on your spell
Fair enough.
as you get tackled to the ground from behind. More guys come dropping down, and Philip, I'm going to move your guy again one more time over here so you can still see.
Okay.
Okay, and now, Rivermeyer, you guys realize there's a whole bunch of cultists that just piled out down, kind of are hopping down here to join the fray. Right next to you, and the quarters are very, very tight. These guys literally just pile and jump down. One of them even attempts to make a leap onto you. Give me a strength save, please. You are also knocked down and prone. And surrounded. Okay? On the other side, you see a wizard step out. And you recognize him as a wizard. Come on. There we go. And you see him look down and begin to go into casting and looking down at the main group, even right down centered on his own crew, and he casts a icy cone that proceeds to blast over everybody right as they kind of snap out from Malachi's loss of concentration. Brandon, I need Brand to make a Constitution saving throw, please. I need you
12.
to take 32 cold damage, please, sir.
Oh my god.
Is this the evil wizard right here?
Give me 1 second. Let me make sure. Yep, that's it. Okay, perfect. Here, he is right here, looking over from the middle layer.
Hmm.
And this guy dies. This guy dies. This guy dies. This guy dies. And this guy actually matters if he makes his saving throw. Does not look great. Malachi, you are pinned.
Right.
Make a
I'm
strength check to get up or break free. You are grappled and prone.
All right.
That is not enough. You are continued to be prone in lockdown. And the cultist is and he's fighting and wrestling with you down on the bottom. Rivermeyer, make the same, please.
So is that an
Okay.
action to try and break free that I made by default there?
I mean,
Cool.
unless you want to just let him hold you, yes.
14.
That's fine for now.
Rivermeyer, you're able to wiggle, push him off, and roll back onto your feet.
Cool. I'll stand up, and then I will charge towards Bran.
Okay. With a dash.
Yeah, I can do it. Yeah, I'm a rogue. I have a ton of actions.
Bran, you're not sure what happened, but you are practically frozen. Your skin is crackling with cold, and everybody around you is like covered in ice and is like dead. The half-orc in front of you stands.
I quickly say, Riverbar, do you have a plan?
I quickly say, get to Malachi.
And I disengage and I head towards Malachi.
Okay. You can step over here. There's a cultist in between you guys. Everything is really, really, really tight at this point. Okay. And the cultists are going to go again. So, first we have... You see a very familiar crackle, and you hear the wizard going back into another chant. He is looking right at you, Bran, and he rips off a lightning bolt that crackles with a loud flash and pop through the crew. I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
That'll be at advantage because of danger sense.
Okay. DC is 17.
Oh,
At an
Brad.
advantage, you rolled a 5. So I need you to take
Wow.
a total of 15 plus 27, 33, 43 points, or 42 points, excuse me, 42 points of lightning damage. Malachi, please give me a dexterity saving throw.
So here's a question.
At
If I can
disadvantage.
cast... If I have verbal and somatic... Oh, sorry. This is different. Yeah, okay.
I need you to take 42 points of lightning damage, please, sir.
No problem.
No problem.
you feel an immense searing hot pain flash through you as suddenly you're kind of recovering from the shock of it, and the cultist holding and pinning you down just falls over to the side of you, dead.
Yes.
Apparently his human blood was not enough to protect him from such a blast.
Silly human.
Rivermeyer, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please. 16 is not enough. The DC
Cool.
of 17. Do you make that an advantage by chance?
No, but I get this cool thing called evasion, and I can also use my reaction. I have the damage, so I can take half of half of half, pretty much. Basically,
So 42.
I saved. Basically, I saved
42 down to
half because if I fail to save, I save
21.
because of evasion.
okay,
Okay,
and then half.
and
of
then
that.
half of that.
So you take 11. All right.
Yeah, rogues are awesome.
Nice, that's sick.
You see this half orc also get fried, and he drops. No one dares take the Lord Slawcrathrel's prize.
Hey, idiot! We already took him.
Hold on, these guys are going to step up, and he is going to fail and die. All right, so the next 3 guys die, but I'm not going to mark them all off. The last 3 guys on the end step up and attack. So I have 1 attack against Bran, 11 for 6 slashing. I'm betting that doesn't get there. I have 2 attacks against Malachi, a 17 for 2 slashing.
Okay.
As they kind of slide over to you and continue to whip out their scimitars, and a 17 for 3 slashing. They rolled like a bunch of 17s this combat.
They're pretty intense if they're still fighting, even though their dude just murdered the entire cult.
It's almost like they're not afraid of him. They're afraid of something else. Rivermeyer.
What
Go
about
for
me?
it.
Malachi, you should get Malachi.
You did skip me.
I did skip Malachi. I apologize. Malachi, you're up.
All right. I'm going to stand up. And how many of these guys are left in front of me?
There are 2 guys, or 3. There's 2 guys next to you. There's basically this middle row is there.
Okay. Is there a way I could lean back to this side and cast lightning bolt and zap all 3 of them? Probably not.
You don't have the room. You could
All right,
cone them.
I don't have a cone. I'll hit the 2 closer to Bran with a lightning bolt, and then I'll step towards Bran.
So you're gonna hit 2 of them with the lightning bolt.
Yeah. Wow, that's a shit roll.
16 is not that high. So let's just do a couple saves real quick. I have a dex save of 18. I guess they saved versus this. None of them saved versus your wisdom. So one of them stands, and the other drops dead.
Wow, that is a horrific roll. But I'll still step next to Bran here.
Okay. And these back 2 are dead, just for the record.
Okay.
Bran.
Me.
Why is okay? My damn turn order is off. Rivermeyer.
Okay. I'm going to, if possible, get in between them and blow the horn. So I can take all 3. If not, if I can't do that, then I'm literally going to hold up my dagger. If I think I can do that, if not, then I'm going to say, I already have Pot of Sarkethral.
I'm going to say that if ultimately you're trying to just get near them
Get
and
out.
blow the horn, I'm going to say you can do that. I'm going to say that you can basically body tackle Bran and push in between him and just try to squeeze over. Now you still got this big conch that you're holding out, but you can basically get this big conch, pull over, and blow this horn and escape if you guys want.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Okay, well then I'm going to stop combat here then. Because you guys can feel the familiar wisp, and soon you guys find yourselves back in the maelstrom.
All right. While that happens, though, I'd like to make it clear that Malachi does the Constantine, from the movie Constantine, double bird as he gets like pulled into the maelstrom at the wizard for lightning bolting him.
As you guys, wow, none of this is working for me here. That is why I am moving over to Fantasy Grounds soon. All right, so
Are you going to change the name of the channel to Taking Fantasy Grounds?
Excuse me, Taking 20 is far more known term in gaming than Roll 20. Don't really appreciate that very much, Brandon. It hurt my feelings. All right.
Yeah, get him, Cody.
Yeah, attack Brand for that.
Why me?
What you guys find? Okay, so what you guys find here is you see Cesare. As soon as you land, you see two guards that are kind of standing there prepared because they kind of know what you guys were up to. They immediately rush over, and as you look over at the king, you see his chest kind of begin to rise and fall, and he opens his eyes and he looks over and he quickly stands up. You'll never take me alive.
I would still own his chest.
And he I guess he doesn't see you because you're still invisible, but you
Literally
see
standing
him
on his
kind of look
chest.
over. Jory, by the gods, am I dreaming? No king tis I. I don't know what magic has brought you home. Sire, welcome
I turned
home.
visible. Hello.
And so, as you begin
It's
to...
magic.
You kind of see him... You small folk! And he begins to raise up, and you can see one of the guards... No, my king! No, sire! And he's kind of looking around confused for a moment, like he wants to attack you. What witchery is this?
Yeah, the Griffin and I sort of fly up and away like Duke Harkonnen and Dune. Is that a reference that people still get?
No. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I got you, Phil.
All right.
And a moment later, you see three people who are kind of like laying down and like seared and blackened a little bit. And Bran is looking a little worn at this point. Probably the worst condition you've seen him in many 10 days. Probably since the Remorez encounter. You see Bran kind of... And all of you find yourselves in the chamber of the Maelstrom with none other than King Hekaton of the Maelstrom Court.
All right, I feeling a little bit of the burn, so to speak. I'm going to go ahead and drop a mass cure wounds on ourselves, and I'm going to include the king just for good measure. Oops. And there we go.
At this point, you guys hear footsteps. Father! And you see Queen Ceressa run up and just embrace her dad. Just totally and completely embrace her dad. And she is crying, and it is an emotional reunion that you guys are seeing here. Not as much from King Hekaton, because he's still in a little bit of a shock, but from this woman who has gone through the taking over the court, the death of her mother, the disappearance of her father, all of these things with the backstabbing and things going on in her court, a dragon in disguise that had made its way into the court, the ordning being broken. You can just see for the first time this veil get worn down from Queen Ceressa, and as she is just hugging and squeezing onto her dad, and she is crying, and she looks much younger to you guys at this point. It reminds you of a very kind of young woman's reaction, kind of a childlike to her father. And she begins to go in explaining everything, explaining the ordning, explaining Queen Neri's death, all of it. And she even mentions you guys and how you were brought in. A few moments later, you see her two sisters come up and, oh, Daddy, and they begin to kind of embrace. But even you can tell, without any type of insight checks, that it just doesn't seem nearly as sincere. There are no tears coming from them. And the king finally kind of gathers his wits. And he looks down at you. I am grateful for the return and rescue of myself back to my beloved daughters and my kingdom.
Not all small folk are bad.
Indeed.
King Hekaton, we serve you. There were some, like Chalvis, who hindered us from getting to you sooner.
Who is
But
this
we are the-
Chalvis?
Oh, you will see him if just 10 more steps inside the lobby.
The
He's
one-armed
on
man.
Oh, Father, don't mind these small folk. True, they are heroes and to be vaunted, but they do have their own agendas, as I'm sure you know that some small folk do.
My king,
Single-handedly teleported your fucking dad back.
He kind
My
of looks
king-
shocked at you addressing his daughter in the court like this.
I'm also gonna be like, my king, you should also be aware that your daughter here has impeccable judgment. She
the
invited a
worm into
blue
the-
dragon into your court where it stayed and wormed its way into the queen's auspices with her blessing.
The Chalvis, you said he hindered you in returning me to my kingdom. Is that true?
He withheld information that would have allowed us to reach you sooner, seeking only payment for himself.
He steps over to his eldest daughter. He looks down, and she carries kind of an ornate mace, right? That she carries with her as far as kind of a status symbol here in the court. He reaches down, and he takes it from her belt. Father, whatever are you doing? Taking care of business. And you proceed to watch him walk up the steps.
Oh, I follow.
Oh yeah,
Desiree is
I'm not missing this shit.
I killed him. I killed
this is
him.
whatever fantasy equivalent of death metal is. Cesare is flying behind him on the griffin.
You see him take a few steps up and into the court. As you guys make your ways up there, you can hear Chalvis, my dear king, it is such an honor to be in your presence. And he is kind of bowing down, and you see the king step up, raise his mace, and in one swift movement, bring it down on Chalvis.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. All campaign.
All right, that's it. That's a wrap, guys.
Yeah. All
Big
we
Dad
wanted.
is gone.
What does the wizard do?
There is no wizard here. There is no wizard here, but there is no doubt that Chalvis Martholio is deceased.
Wonderful.
With the mess left behind in the Ichor, he turns back over to you. He shall hinder no one ever again. And he looks over and he sees a fire giant sitting here in the court. And he looks over and he makes eye contact with the cloud giant. These are some of the lords that you guys had noticed in your previous visit. He turns again to his daughters. Let it be known! Hekaton is home. And I intend to clean up the travesties and the treacheries that led us to this point. And he drops the mace on the floor.
Mic drop.
and he proceeds to step over into the throne room with the worm skull throne. At this point, I would like to take a brief intermission. So, guys, we are going to move into the last half of tonight's finale. After I give you guys an opportunity, because we're running a much longer game tonight, I think that we should go ahead and take a break, let you guys relieve yourselves, grab a couple of drinks. If you guys are hanging out with us on the stream, we will be right back for part 2 of our series finale here. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. And if you guys are watching here on YouTube, we will catch you guys on part 2.
Return shortly.
Right
for
back.
the thrilling conclusion of the Storm King's Thunder.